And we are live on a Thursday morning, February 9th, with another Right Angle Sports release show. Good to see everybody back here on the channel as we go live with just over 1,150 people waiting for a big release show. And before we get to the picks with the up-tempo release show offense we introduced last weekend, want to talk about the big announcement that I have been teasing. And it's been something a lot of people have been waiting for, a couple months off, but we are, in fact, back with the paid Right Angle Sports service, which begins February 20th. And so for those of you who have been waiting for the paid service to start again, February 20th, we'll be back. We have the order page up, raspicks.com/order. And I won't go into a huge amount of details. We'll have a video coming up shortly after the release show finishes with a lot of the details, going into some of the questions as well. But this service will include 75 picks. The expectation is that this may finish up just before the tournament. We have a big week of the season ending. We have a couple big weeks of conference tournaments. That's going to lead to a lot of opportunities. And as we get into the March Madness tournament, we'll see 75 picks will get us close. If it needs to be extended longer, it will go into the tournament. But right now, the expectation is that those 75 picks should be wrapped up by the middle of March. So you're looking at February 20th, again, for the start date. And for all of you who want to see more details, know a little bit more about what's going on, you can go to raspicks.com/order. In terms of the shows here for the release shows, the service, the paid service, will take priority on the releases given out. We will still plan to do our shows every Thursday and Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. But the volume for the release shows may be reduced. We'll see if the scheduling changes as well. We'll have updates, but with the paid service starting, that will be the top priority. Has been a winning proposition for more than 2 decades. For those of you who have been subscribers in the past, you know exactly what you're getting from this. If you're someone who's new to the release shows, maybe you came over from my show, different audiences, you're hearing about them as they become more popular. It's something that I highly recommend. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of value. All of these 75 picks, they're going to be plus EV propositions. So do go over to raspicks.com/order. Look at the details. It'll fill up very quickly. Look forward to getting the paid service going. Again, February 20th is the start date for the paid service. Plenty more details to come in the next couple of days. With all that said, we will get back to the release shows with the setups. Record update, 42-28-1, 60% for the release shows so far this college basketball season. We've got a huge card here on a Thursday morning. And so we are going to get to these setups and pull up the odds screen right now as we continue, again, that quicker pace that we introduced last show. We'll keep things moving very quickly. We'll begin with the first halves for setups today. So if you do pull up your Sportsbook app, you have the difference between the full game and the first half. Get over to the first half section of your Sportsbook as we will start with the first halves for this Thursday card. First setup of this Thursday card. Game number 828, Cal State Northridge, Cal State Bakersfield, first half under 56. The game is at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Cal State Northridge, Cal State Bakersfield, first half under 56. Give everybody about 10 more seconds for Cal State Northridge, Cal State Bakersfield, first half under 56. Game number 828, Cal State Northridge, Cal State Bakersfield, first half under 56 is a cancel. Starting off the day with a cancel on Northridge Bakersfield, first half under. This is a cancel. Not betting Northridge Bakersfield first half under. If you have it in your bet slip, remove it from your bet slip. We're not betting Northridge Bakersfield first half under. Next setup. Going to game number, again, for the first half. We're sticking with the first halves for the setups. Game number 790, Sacramento State, Northern Arizona, under first half 62.5. 790, Sacramento State, Northern Arizona, under 62 for the first half, 8 p.m. Eastern time. 10 more seconds for 790 Sacramento State, Northern Arizona, first half under 62.5. Game number 790 Sacramento State, Northern Arizona, first half under 62.5 is a go. We're betting Sacramento State, Northern Arizona under 62.5. This is a go. Got it in your bet slip. Move it immediately on the submit button as this 62.5 is going to come down as we see it start to crash across the market, now down to 61 and trending slightly lower. We'll see if we see some 60.5 start to show up as well. Jesse starts off this Thursday with a 62.5 at Superbook. Joe grabbed the 62 as well as we get down to 62 or 60.5 at Pinnacle, and the rest of the market continue to come down. 62.5 for Jason, who's excited about it. A 62.5 for Brad. A lot more coming up above the clouds. Nick, Randy, Nicholas, Connor, Andrew. Play Alberta from the prairies of Canada up here with a full single point better on the first half. Good for you getting that number. 62.5 for Joey and all of the others at FanDuel. Good to see a lot of people starting off the Thursday with a 62.5 or better on Sacramento State, Northern Arizona, first half under 62.5. We will move now from the first halves into the full games. So we'll switch into the full game section of the sportsbook. Give everybody a couple of seconds to get ready as we transition now to full game setups for the card. Next setup back on the full game card, on the main card. We're setting up game number 800 Pacific Portland under 156.5, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Game number 800 Pacific Portland under 156.5, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Couple more seconds. Game number 800 Pacific Portland under 156.5 is a go. We are betting Pacific Portland under 156.5, 9 p.m. Eastern time. This is a go. If you've got it in your bet slip, get it in immediately as we start to see sportsbooks respond. But look, a lot of spots, a little bit slower than usual today. So I'm expecting in the chat right now, a lot of people to get this 156.5 or better. There were 157s on the board at the time of release, and even a 157.5 for Justin, 157.5 for Adam as well. Jim was able to get PPH 157.5. West Coast guy, good to see you back for another show. 157.5. Same thing showing at MGM. Connor was able to get 157.5. Connor watches every piece of betting content possibly produced on YouTube. Good to see you back for another show as well. 157.5 for Maxwell. Tony was able to get it as well. 157.5 as well coming down. GC was able to get it as this number continues to come down. Good to see a lot of 156.5 as well as 157 and even 157.5 showing up in the chat as well. A second good release to go along with Sacramento State, Northern Arizona, first half under 62.5. Quick show today. The two goes in total. Pacific Portland under 156.5. Sacramento State, Northern Arizona, first half under 62.5. Good to see more than 1,400 people here at a peak. Continuing on with the big numbers. If you want to give the video a thumbs up, it is much appreciated. Nearly 500 on the last video. That will be it for us today. Next show, Saturday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. But do remember, raspicks.com/order. All the details on the paid service beginning February 20th. Could not recommend considering signing up for this more. Get over to raspicks.com/order. Look at the details and keep an eye out for more videos coming up today and tomorrow on the service and what you can expect as a returning subscriber, as well as a first-time or new subscriber. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by today. We'll see you on the shows coming up, as well as Saturday morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time.